Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Minnesota.
Beautiful night at the ballpark, and we welcome you to T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball at Target Field. Game 2 of 3 between the Twins and the Cleveland Indians. The Twins have played the Indians and the rest of the American League Central teams pretty tough this year. And last night, it was a good night for the 3 through 6 hitters. Trevor Plouffe and company had a really good night at the plate, scoring 4 runs, just enough to win a ball game last night and end a 3-game losing streak. And it is a beautiful night at Target Field. Dick and Bert with you for Game 2 of the series. And the central guy in that middle of the lineup that the Twins need to produce is Josh Willingham, and he had a very good night last night.
Yeah, he did. Twins scored early. They took a 2-0 lead thanks to Josh Willingham when he got that base hit and got on base later for Kurt Suzuki's double. But then later in the ballgame, Willingham, a big home run, his 9th of the year. That gave the Twins a 4-3 lead, and that being the final score. So good to see Josh the last couple ball games starting to pick up some hits and driving in some runs.
And while he may be getting hot right now, at a good time for the Twins, the guy who's been their hottest hitter all season long, All-Star Kurt Suzuki.
Well, Kurt Suzuki, not only an All-Star, but he's having a great year. Currently 7th in the American League in hitting at .313. And last night's ball game, another multi-hit game for Kurt Suzuki. 3 of them. Unbelievable the way he has gone about his business, not only at the plate, but also behind the plate, how he's done so well. In this series, what we see are 2 very good catchers. John Gomes being the regular catcher for the 2nd straight year for Terry Francona on the Indians. This guy a very good hitter with some power. And Kurt Suzuki, what can you say about this guy? He's had a great year.
Jan Gomes did not make the All-Star team for the Cleveland Indians, but Michael Brantley did. And Michael Brantley back at Target Field where he made his first All-Star appearance. More on the center fielder for the Indians coming up next. Baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
It's a beautiful night for baseball. It's also a beautiful night for some kayaking along the mighty Mississippi. We're here at Target Field getting ready for Game 2, and it's Danny Salazar on the hill for Cleveland. Yohan Pino making his 6th career start for the Minnesota Twins. Welcome inside Target Field. I'm Jamie Hirsch. Well, tonight the challenge for the Twins pitching staff will be to try to limit a surging Cleveland offense, and one man in particular, Michael Brantley. The Cleveland center fielder is coming off his first ever All-Star appearance and has really done it all for his team this year with the best batting average, the most RBI, and the most home runs on the squad. All he's done since the break is hit .444 with 3 doubles, one of which came last night here at Target Field. And this field has quickly become a special place for him to play.
This field's going to mean so much to me when I look back in my career. We had our first playoff berth here. My first All-Star game was here, and it's just exciting. Every time I come back here, I have great memories here, and look fortunate to playing here again.
The Twins may have caught a break with Brantley out of the starting lineup last night, but he is back in for Cleveland tonight, batting 3rd. When we come back, first pitch of Game 2 between the Cleveland Indians and the Minnesota Twins starts right after this break.
Twins a little bit closer to the 500 mark. A lot of work to do in that regard for the Twins. They come into tonight's game 8 games below. If they can win tonight, they will bring the Indians back to the 500 mark at 50-50. Terry Francona has done a wonderful job with the Indians, getting them to a playoff spot last year. Hoping to have a similar second half this year. He'll send out this Menards batting order. Jason Kipnis, followed by Chris Dickerson, Michael Brantley, Carlos Santana, Lonnie Chisenhall, Nick Swisher, Jan Gomes, David Murphy, and Mike Aviles.
And it will be Yohan Pino on the mound in his 3rd stint this season with the Twins. Of course, going between Rochester, the AAA affiliate for the Twins, and up here at the Major League level. He's coming off his first Major League win, that in Seattle back on July 10th. And then he was optioned back to Rochester as the Twins brought up Chris Johnson, who worked last night.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. A little more speed in the outfield than normal with Sam Fold in left. Danny Santana in center. And Oswaldo Arcia in right. Kloof, Escobar, Dozier, Morales, the infielder, Suzuki back behind the plate.
You know, Dick, with Ricky Nolasco on the disabled list, you know, Mike Pelfrey's been out most of the year. Twins are looking for that 4th and 5th starter. And, you know, opportunity for Johnson last night. He pitched 5 innings, left with the lead, got a chance to get the win, but they ended up tying it up, and then Twins ended up winning. So Johnson did not get his first major league win. And for Pino, he's coming off his first major league win. So these outings very important for not only Pino, but also for Chris Johnson.
DJ Rayburn behind the plate. Will Little at first, Brian Onora at second, Jim Wolf at third. Kipnis, Dickerson, and Brantley in the Cleveland first inning. And on the outside corner, strike one.
If you have not seen Pino pitch before, he relies on control. He's not going to blow a lot of batters out of the batter's box. He has to hit his spots.
Breaking ball lifted to center field. Danny Santana right about of Morris, Minnesota, makes the catch there.
Let's take a look at the Mall of America scouting report on Johan Pino. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, all 4 pitches, needs to change speeds. And, you know, he was with the Twins, originally signed with the Twins. And then when the Twins went out and got Carl Pavano, they traded Pino for the player to be named later to Cleveland. So he spent a couple years in the Cleveland Indian organization in their minor leagues.
Chris Dickerson hitting second for the Indians. And again, starting Dickerson with a strike on the outside corner. Lifted foul over the Cleveland dugout and out of play.
As it was last night for Chris Johnson, very important for Pino. Now, no Indian has faced Pino before to get ahead in the count. Johnson did that very well in the first 2 innings, and then he started to struggle a little bit.
Dickerson's jumped into the latest phase of his career with the Indians with quite an impression. A couple of home runs against Max Scherzer over the weekend.
He went to spring training with the Pittsburgh Pirates, did not make the ball club. Of course, the Pirates, they are stacked with outfielders. He went to AAA and then was traded over to the Indians on July 7th. Good changeup there.
Dickerson way out in front, a strikeout for out number 2. And that'll bring up Michael Brantley.
Well, 20 strikeouts now for Pino at the major league level in 27 1/3 innings pitched. Now, he's coming off a start down in Rochester where he walked 7. And Gardy did ask him about that, and he said, "I'm just trying to work on some mechanical things." And so far, so good. First 2 outs.
Facing Brantley with 2 gone. And a slow breaking ball over for a strike. Brantley, of course, the only Cleveland All-Star player and a former teammate of Pino's at Columbus for parts of a couple of years, 2009, 2010. 1-1.
Well, what a year that Brantley is having. Currently 4th in the American League in hitting at .328. There are the leaders in the American League.
On the line foul, and I know Twins fans get tired of us talking about how it takes players sometimes a long time for things to click. But in Brantley's case, he's been a serviceable outfielder, but things have really clicked after about 2,000 big league at bats. This is his coming out party this year, and it took almost 2,000 at bats for him to get to this point, to get it quote unquote figured out.
Yeah, first came up with the Indians in 2009, and last year played in 151 ball games. At that time, after the season, a career high 10 home runs and drove in 73 home runs. He's on a pace to hit maybe about 25 home runs and drive in 100 this year.
Rolled to short.
Good inning.
The hope is that Arcia will be able to figure it out quicker than Brantley and be an all-star player in his own right. A 1-2-3 first inning. 1-2-3 setting down of the Indians. Now he'll see if the Twins can give him some early run support like they did last night with Chris Johnson. Gardenhire hoping his team can build a winning streak during this season-long 10-game homestand. The Menards batting order: Danny Santana on top, then Brian Dozier, Trevor Plouffe, Kendrys Morales, Josh Willingham, Kurt Suzuki, Oswaldo Arcia, Eduardo Escobar, and Sam Fuld.
And on the mound, it'll be young 24-year-old Danny Salazar. Salazar started the season in the rotation for the Indians and then sent down to AAA on May 15th to work on his mechanics, and now making his return trip where he wants to stay in that rotation. Hard-throwing right-hander.
Here's Santana. And strike one. Santana, Dozier, and Plouffe in the first. Santana picked up a double in the ball game last night. Seems to be feeling more comfortable in center field. That's a good thing, because right now that's where the Twins are playing him. Hasn't had a chance to play at short since coming off the disabled list. 1-1. And strike two.
Well, you don't want to mess up a good thing, too, because Eduardo Escobar is playing a very good short, and he's also swinging a bat very well.
Dub. It'll be a tough play for Chisenhall. He's got to hurry, and he got him by a step. Good play. One away. So one down, and that'll bring up Brian Dozier. Northland Ford defense for the Indians. Dickerson in left. Brantley in center. Murphy in right. Chisenhall, Aviles in for Asdrubal Cabrera, who probably won't play again for a while. Jason Kipnis, Carlos Santana, and Yan Gomes behind the plate.
Yeah, Cabrera out with that lower back spasms that he got yesterday in the second inning when he fielded a ball off the bat of Chris Parmelee. So Avila will get a chance to play some short.
Here's Brian Dozier. And up high, ball one.
Got to get this guy going again, too. Little 0 for 14, little mini slump that Brian Dozier's in.
Off the plate, 2-0.
Still leading the American League in runs scored with 71. Mike Trout right behind him now with 69 runs scored for the Angels.
3-0, and when he was scoring runs virtually one per game, he was drawing a lot of walks. We just haven't seen Brian do much of that lately. 71 runs scored are tied for the major league lead on the National League side with Paul Goldschmidt, Troy Tulowitzki, and Hunter Pence. Tulowitzki put on the disabled list today by the Rockies, so he won't be scoring runs for a while.
Well, Dozier able to get 52 walks so far. That's the 7th most in the American League.
3-1. Fouled back. 3-2.
Twins have seen Salazar twice already this year. When the Twins opened up in Cleveland, that was Cleveland's home opener, and Salazar pitched against the Twins in that ball game.
Dozier 5 for 8 against Salazar with a home run.
And Salazar pitched again against the Twins back on May 7th in Cleveland.
One fouled back to the screen.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of fastballs from Salazar. He's got a hard slider and a changeup. A 3-pitch pitcher. Those are his numbers this year. The Indians, even though he had no decisions in those 2 starts, the Indians won both of those ball games.
Hit hard to left. Off the top of the wall and back into play. It's a double for Dozier with 1 out.
Well, he got a fastball middle in and hammered it. Hit that ball sharply to left field. So Dozier, a 1-out double, his 17th double of the year. We have seen that Brian likes that fastball, especially on the middle part of the plate. You can turn on it.
That ball actually on replay looked like it went over the fence and hit the gated area in front of the seating section. So Technically, I believe that'll be a ground rule double. And here's Trevor Plouffe, been stinging the ball as of late. The average crawling toward the 250 mark.
5-game hitting streak for Trevor Plouffe. 7 hits in his last 19 at bats.
After a high fastball, comes up empty.
With a couple doubles and a home run. Not a lot of at bats against Salazar, making his 4th career start against the Twins. He made one last year. Trevor Plouffe 1 for 8, but that one a home run.
Plouffe on a half swing, literally a half swing. That's strike 2. Kipnis, the second baseman, went to the bag, and Salazar delivered home. Those two guys right there, Kipnis and Dozier, two really good second basemen, and they hardly get mentioned with the likes of Cano, Kinsler, Altuve, Pedroia, and Plouffe goes out on 3 pitches, 3 high fastballs.
Yeah, the last one at 95 miles an hour. Salazar picks up his first strikeout.
Of course, like cold hard facts, the Twins scored first last night, won a ball game. That's happened 29 other times. Coming on the heels of a 3-game series where the Tampa Bay Rays scored first, and you can see the Twins numbers in that category aren't very good.
Well, that's an amazing number. I remember when Gene Mauch was the manager of the Twins and then the Angels, and he always wanted to score that first run because he said 70% of the time that team that scores first ends up winning a ball game. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but last night Twins took a 2-0 lead. Even though the Indians came back and tied it, Willingham made it a victory for the Twins. But 30-16 and 15-37 when the opponent scores first.
1 strike to Morales.
So hope the Twins score first here.
And therein lies the biggest problem for the Twins in the last 3.5 years. Just think of all the games in the last 3.5 years where the starters had a problem in the first, second, or third inning, and Twins lineup has been behind 2, 3 or more runs before the game's even an hour old.
Yeah, Morales currently on an 11-game hitting streak. He got a base hit in his first at bat last night. See if he can get it here in his first at bat, keep the hitting streak alive, and maybe picking up an RBI in Dozier.
Fouled away. Pretty much nothing but mid-90s fastballs from Salazar here, and most of them up. Dozier with a 1-out double, still at second. Dug out by Gomes.
For Salazar, 8 minor league seasons. He was 16 years old when the Indians signed him out of the Dominican Republic. He went down to AAA this year, struggled a little bit, 3-6 down in AAA. But his last 4 starts pretty good down there.
Popped up near second base. Kipnis with the catch, and Dozier's left at second base.
their questions. One of the questions was which of his teammates would give him a run for his money on an IQ test.
I wanted to say Colabello, but I'm not going to say Colabello just because it would just pump up his ego a little bit too much than he needs. I would say Eric Fryer. We're all college graduates. We make a point of reminding each other that we all have our degrees. There really aren't too many guys in the game with degrees. And, Ohio State, pretty reputable school. So I'd say Eric Fryer.
Nothing against the other guys, but Sam Fuld is a Stanford graduate, so I'm going to put my money on him, guys.
One of the great colleges, universities in the country. Ball one, now strike one to Carlos Santana. There's Eric Fryer. Might catch tomorrow. A Columbus, Ohio native from the Ohio State University. Not to be confused with any others that might be out there. This one hit deep to right and high off the wall. Santana's going to try to run to second. And he is safe at second base. Wow, Brian O'Nora called him safe. And here comes Ron Gardenhire for the manager's stroll. The throw appeared to beat Santana by plenty.
Escobar kind of put his glove up. I don't know if that's a sign to maybe challenge this play, but Santana, who has been struggling offensively, hitting only .205, but tremendous power. High off the wall. Arcia's one-hop throw to Escobar. And gee, looked at that angle. He got that right hand on the bag before the tag.
Yeah, he was safe. Santana, I'll give him credit for a double.
That's a good call right there by Brian O'Nora and Ron Gardenhire.
Brian O'Nora was heading to the replay position, but Gardy says, let's skip it. So a leadoff double for Santana, and that'll bring up Lonnie Chisenhall. Boy, from up here, I thought he was out.
A good, solid throw, but you can see the right hand just get on the bag before Escobar could apply the tag. Santana with his 14th double of the year.
Hit a long way, very foul. One strike.
We talked about Brantley a little bit. Chisenhall, he is 5th in the American League in hitting at .325.
See the wind blowing from the left field pole toward the right field pole. Gusty at times. Another one hook foul.
Oh, in and out of the glove. But he gets it anyway.
For his daughter, who takes a bite out of it. Well, it's a Cleveland fan.
Yeah, is that a Nick Swisher shirt she has on?
Yes, it is.
Get that ball back.
And that hit Chisenhall. An 0-2 pitch. And the Indians have a quick start to the second inning here.
First hit batsman of his young career.
Watch how close the ball went. Inches from clearing the fence. And instead a double, and now a hit batter. And with nobody out, here's Nick Swisher. We saw Pino pitch a 1-2-3 first. Now a better test for him here. See how he can get out of this situation with as little or no damage done as possible. That's doink to center, a base hit. Santana didn't get a clean break. They'll be loaded up with nobody out.
Well, Santana had to make sure that ball fell in. And a Nick Swisher fan, very happy. So bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the second inning.
Yan Gomes, one of the top RBI guys for the Indians, will hit.
Pino making his 6th start. He's had only one double play turn behind him.
The Twins will hope to get one here. They're playing the infield back, conceding a run. On the outside corner. Strike one. Gomes, the designated hitter last night, the primary catcher for the Indians.
Came over from the Toronto Blue Jay organization a couple years ago. Born in Brazil. Went to the University of Tennessee. Signed by Toronto out of there.
Now 0-2 to Gomes. Look at Pino's ledger up here. And a total of 26 2/3 innings and 19 strikeouts. So he can get a strikeout or two. He'd dearly love to get one here.
A lot of soft stuff so far by Pino. A lot of slow breaking balls, change-ups. See what they go here. Now he's ahead in the count.
Missing down and away.
Fastball at 91 down. Last couple ball games we've seen the staff getting hurt by 0-2 base hits. Remember Longoria got a couple doubles on 0-2 base hits. In last night's ball game there was, trying to remember who it was, he got an 0-2 base hit. A double.
Called him out on the outside corner. A slight hesitation by DJ Rayburn, and then he rung him up. One down.
Well, Suzuki sitting away and hitting the glove,
which was targeted off the plate.
Right there on the black. Very nice. Nice pitch. Second strikeout. There is black on the plate. I signed a plate during the Futures game. There was 3 plates that wanted us to sign. They all had black around them.
And black, of course, has no relevance to the strike zone.
Oh, yes,
at all.
it does.
Part
Even
of,
if you click a little bit of it.
It's part of the structure of home plate itself. But if it were part of the strike zone, it would be painted white.
What if you can just nick that corner? Just like that, see?
So maybe there's a connection to the Rolling Stones. Paint it black?
Could be, yeah.
1-1 to Murphy. Suzuki held it for ball 2. 2-1. Big pitch here with Murphy, followed by the number 9 batter, Aviles. Pino made some good pitches to get the first out. He's got to make a really good one here.
Yeah, Murphy, a solid player. Played for the Red Sox, the Rangers, now in his first season with the Indians.
Off the plate now, 3-1.
Signed a 2-year contract over the winter with the Indians with an option year for 2016. David Murphy. Doing very well in this situation right here. Getting 375.
Rips one to right center field. Arce into a slide and a quick retrieve. It'll still score 2 runs, and it's 2-0. Murphy, in a favorable count, scalds a 2-run single.
He just dropped the barrel of the bat and hitting in that number 8 spot for Terry Francona. He's driven in his 47th and 48th runs of the year. So Rick Anderson coming out to talk to his right-hander, but a fastball down and away, not a lot of movement and not velocity-wise much on it. So Murphy just dropping the barrel of the bat, hitting it in the right center. Arcia sliding to get it back in. With a 2-run single for David Murphy. Quick trip to the mound by the pitching coach, Rick Anderson.
And Aviles will hit. Last night, Twins won a close ball game, never trailed in the game. Now they're trailing early here. But in winning last night, the Twins ended Cleveland's 6-game winning streak here at Target Field. Indians had that big series at the end of the year here and clinched a postseason berth.
There's too many teams that have had success here at Target Field over the years. But the Rays left. They're 15-4 here at Target Field. It's got to turn around.
Popped up to center. Tagging is Swisher. And it's 3-0 on a sacrifice fly. The number 8 batter drives in 2. The number 9 batter drives in 1.
And for Micah Vilas, his 24th run batted in. So he did his job. He got Swisher in from third base.
Runner at first, 2 down, and now Jason Kipnis. Kipnis offers an interesting perspective on the injury that Joe Mauer has and the situation facing Joe moving forward this year. Kipnis had an oblique injury back in April. He's been playing with it for quite a while, or since recovering. There's a catch made by the shortstop Escobar, but Kipnis says he still feels it playing here in late July. 3 runs for the Indians in the top of the second. Josh Willingham will try to get some of it back. To this ballpark, there was a time when we thought it was very tough for right-handed batters to hit home runs here, but look who's on top of the list. You've got Josh Willingham with his 33rd here at Target Field last night. Trevor Plouffe 32. Brian Dozier rapidly climbing the list. Our lows never stop improving, and we'll hope Josh Willingham can improve on his Target Field home run total.
Yeah, Josh with 9 home runs, 4 of them hit this season here at Target Field. Of course, last night the game winner against Brian Shaw in the 8th inning.
Nothing new for the Twins, falling behind 3-0 early again. Down and away, 1-1. How about Tim Laudner did a great job breaking down Willingham's swing early in the game against a left-hander. Got a pitch inside and he put the barrel on it and shot a base hit to right field. Then hammered a breaking pitch from the right-hander. Called strike 1 and 2.
Well, like pitching is balance and timing, same thing for hitters. That's what I talked to Timmy about too. Just the little things, maybe just lifting that little left foot up of Willingham, and pretty good slider right there. Salazar picks up his 2nd strikeout.
88-mile-per-hour slider, 1 down, and that'll bring up Suzuki. Hits his first 3 times up last night. The T-Mobile game changer, Kurt Suzuki, leading the Twins with 90 hits. And I guess maybe if you're going to take over for Joe Mauer behind the plate, it's incumbent upon you to hit .313 or above.
And hitting .311. Suzuki 7th in the American League in hitting.
Strike 1. tonight, 1-1. There are so few good hitting catchers out there. And there are a couple of contending teams that really have a cavity behind the plate. Baltimore Orioles with Matt Wieters out for the year. Yadier Molina, the Cardinals, is still going to miss about a month, they say. So you could understand it if other teams were inquiring with the Twins as to what it would take to get Suzuki. Signed just a one-year deal in the offseason. Signed it late. 2-1. 3-1. Arcia on deck.
Well, Salazar is kind of part of that good second half that the Indians had last year. You know, they had to use all the pitchers. Salazar ended up pitching in that wild card game against the Tampa Bay Rays, and he lost 3-0, but he worked, great experience for this young man.
Suzuki takes a walk with 1 out.
And they were hoping that that would carry into this year, but as I said, he started in the rotation, but then in the middle of May was sent back to Rochester. And Terry Francona said he wanted him to go down to build his strength up because he seemed to lose his control and everything from the third inning on. That's not good for a starter when you kind of seem like you get a little tired from the third inning on.
Salazar made 10 starts for the Indians in the second half and had a 3.12 ERA. He only won 2 ball games, but for 5 innings at a time he was giving the Indians a chance to win. Arcia takes up and away, ball 1.
Well, last year he worked 52 innings, only gave up 44 hits, struck out 65, and his control 15 walks, but so far this year control has kind of left him a little bit from time to time.
Two and 0, and this is what we've seen from Salazar. Tendency to walk people and fall behind hitters.
30 pitches, 18 strikes.
2-0 to Arcia.
It's even more important, ball 3. Now, 3-run lead. My goodness, put a 0 on the board. Go out there and attack the strike zone. And he just walks Suzuki with 1 out. He's got a chance here to walk Arcia, who's been struggling at the plate.
See if Arcia's green lighted here.
I don't think he will be. I'd be surprised. But we'll never know. That ball was way outside.
That was the worst one of the 4. Couple of 1-out walks, and Escobar comes to the plate. Twins fans, get your tickets now for the July 25th game against the White Sox at Target Field. It's DQ Cap Night. The first 20,000 fans will receive one when they pass through the gates. Don't miss one of the most popular giveaways of the season, DQ Cap Night. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com and get your tickets. Big spot now for Escobar. Indians got some productive at-bats from their 8 and 9 batters. We'll see if the Twins can do the same. Murphy with a 2-run single in the 8th. Up high, ball 1. Time called. Mickey Callaway seen enough. He's going to come out.
I thought he might be out there after the 4-pitch walk to Arcia. Salazar making his 19th career start. Now this is his 11th on the road. He has yet to win a road game. He is 0-6 with an ERA about 4.5. Not doing a good job with that 3-run lead this inning. So far 14 pitches, only 4 for strikes.
3 of those to Josh Willingham. 1-0 to Escobar.
And Escobar, you almost have to take a pitch here, make him throw a strike.
And he does. 1-1. A 6-mile-per-hour fastball, foul ball, 1-2.
Now, he's got a great arm. It's just the control at times. Yeah. As far as speed range, 97, low is 85. I'd say that's a good arm.
He is ahead of Escobar, who represents the tying run. 2-2. Three and two with Fold on deck. Gomes trying to get Salazar locked in. Twins have a hit. They got a double with 1 out in the first. Back-to-back walks, and now a full count to Escobar. Foul out of play.
And you almost know as a hitter, I'm sure you're going to get a fastball. Hopefully you can catch up to one and square up with it. He's thrown mainly fastballs. He's had control problems with the fastball, but you don't want to walk his third batter by maybe trying to throw a breaking ball here.
Foul away, threw some good sliders to Willingham to strike him out. This will be the 40th pitch already for Salazar. He's only recorded 4 outs.
I think if he, I mean, he wants to impress here. He hasn't, last major league start back on May 15th. He himself said he hopes to bring back the Danny Salazar that pitched good for him last year. So he put a little pressure on himself.
And he walked him. Had him 1 and 2 and lost him to the 3rd straight walk. They're loaded up now for Sam Fold. Well, you've already used a trip to the mound from the pitching coach. Carlos Santana, who caught him a lot last year, comes in from first base.
You might start to see some action in the bullpen.
Fold has faced Salazar 3 times hitless with 2 strikeouts, but you can imagine even though Salazar threw a couple of strikes to Escobar, Fold might be taking a strike here. Down the middle, a strike.
I think the only reason there's no action in the bullpen is because of that 3-0 lead right now.
Fold doesn't care for that high slider. Being called a strike.
DJ Rayburn helping, I think, a little bit.
See, Fox Tracks had both these pitches up high.
Right.
Fold is not 6'7". 2 strikes to Fold. Doink foul. Had a great road trip getting on base, and he's continued that somewhat here after the break since June 13th. A really, really good on-base percentage of over 400. And to make something out of this tough at bat, standing up there with an 0-2 count. A piece.
And you're going to have to swing at that one. And Fold almost looks back and says, well, if you're going to call the first two up there, I'm not going to take it for strike 3.
Two strikes. One and two.
Salazar's last ball game with the Indians back in Toronto. He worked 4 innings, gave up only a couple runs, but threw 98 pitches. He's at 45 right now. 26 pitches so far this inning.
Struck him out. An off-speed pitch.
That looked like the changeup right there. The bottom fell out of that changeup. So a big strikeout for Salazar.
Two down. And now a big at bat for Danny Santana facing Danny Salazar. Galloway on the phone. Santana with a bouncer to third his first time up. He's trying to take advantage of the opportunity thrown in their direction by Salazar. Behind Scotty Elger, who's manning the third base coaching box again in place of Joe Vavra, who's still being bothered with a hip issue.
And that moves Paul Molitor out of the dugout to first base. There's Joe standing next to Terry Steinbach.
One strike. That's down the left field line, but it's going to turn left and hook back into the seats. And now Santana has an 0-2 hold. Fold at bat. Fold draws a lot of walks. Kind of had the at bat taken away from him,
right.
But Santana doesn't draw many walks. If the Twins are going to get something out of this, he's going to have to pick up a hit here. And now the count 0-2.
Seen a lot of clubs go to that breaking ball down and in when Santana's a left-handed hitter.
Changeup. He threw 2 of them and got 2 big strikeouts. 1 to Full, 1 to Santana. Walked them full and left them full. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealers today. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. Spend any time over at the Target Center, Target Field hub over here? Light rail hub?
No,
that they've redone. You should do that sometime. It's spectacular. I took the train in the North Star rail in once, first year of the ballpark. Great way to get back and forth. Third inning now, and the Indians have a 3-0 lead. Chris Dickerson taking ball one. Dickerson, Brantley, and Santana. Pino hoping for a third inning similar to the first, not so much like the second inning. Swing and a miss.
Good changeup that tailed away from Dickerson, who struck out against Pino in the first inning. Dickerson's been around the block. Signed by the Reds in 2003. He's played for the Reds, the Brewers, the Yankees, the Orioles, now here in Cleveland.
An 0-2 pitch, and Arcia reaches up and pulls it down. Took a good angle, reached up, got there just in time. A blast off the bat of Chris Dickerson.
Yeah, Dickerson, one of these guys, when he makes contact, that ball jumps off his bat. That ball about belt high. And Arcia going up and having to reach up at the last second, able to get that ball in his glove. I think he was a little slow getting there, and he made a nice catch.
And now Brantley. Ball one.
Brantley from a baseball family. His father, Mickey Brantley, played for the Mariners for 4 years. He was an outfielder like Michael.
He waited on the off-speed pitch and hooked it foul.
Brantley signed to a long-term contract by the Indians. Signed through 2018. That's what the Indians did with some of their young stars, like Santana and Brantley. Signed them to those long-term contracts. They used to do that a long time ago with Alomar and Albert Bell.
Kenny Lofton. They did that coincidentally when they moved into their new ballpark. They had a very young, exciting team. Paul Sorrento got some of that money when the Twins traded him to Cleveland, and he became their first baseman there for a while through some of their glory years.
There's Sandy Alomar Jr.
3-2.
I'll be seeing his brother Roberto Alomar here in about 3 days.
That's right. You're leaving Twins television for Cooperstown
yes,
after tonight's game.
Looking forward to their ceremonies. My goodness, it's going to be a full house. We think of the big cities of the players that are going in. They'll all be represented well.
Particularly the Chicago White Sox and Atlanta Braves will be represented well with Bobby Cox.
Well, you think, Tony La Russa, the Cardinals, I mean, they have fans all over the place. Joe Torre, of course, right there in New York.
Right.
And then Bobby Cox, 3 Atlanta people are going to be inducted, along with Frank Thomas. With Bobby Cox, Greg Maddux, and Tom Glavine. Should be a lot of fun.
And Suzuki will tag Brantley, who stood at home plate, as if he had fouled the ball. No foul is called, and now Terry Francona will come out to argue. Suzuki reacted like it was not a foul tip. Brantley reacted like it was.
Well, the ball was down and in. You see Brantley.
No, he didn't touch it.
Just topped the tip of the glove of Suzuki. And then Suzuki tagged him out.
2 gone, and that'll bring up Carlos Santana.
Third strikeout for Pino.
Infield will shift Santana. Didn't matter when he led off the second inning and nearly cleared the wall in right. And Santana squares to bunt with virtually the entire left side of the infield open to a bunt. I'm telling you, he's serious about it. He's got a hit. I'm glad to see that. If teams are going to chip more and more, and if they give you a bunt base hit, why not?
Well, you know what? There's 2 outs. This is the only thing right here. You know, I mean, it takes
Chisenhall hitting behind you. He can hit a double and score him.
Right, could. With nobody out, I could see it. And with 2 outs, I'd want Santana swing away. He almost hit a home run in his first at bat.
Popped up, not going to be a double.
Yeah, but Santana's average went up.
Well, the inning ends. It's 3-0 Cleveland.
Well, 2-run single by David Murphy with bases loaded made it a 2-0 ball game, and then Mike Aviles, the next hitter, a sacrifice fly that scored Swisher for the 3-0 lead. Twins had an opportunity last inning with 1 out. Salazar walked the bases loaded, but then he struck out Sam Fold and Danny Santana.
In its simplest form, you could say that Salazar walked the bases full with his fastball and got out of the jam with his changeup, because he struck out both Fold and Santana. Maybe the only 2 changeups he threw all inning. Strike 1 to Brian Dozier. Ripped a double into the left field corner his first time up. And Dozier will get a bunt single.
Now that I can see. Chisenhall playing a deep third base. Why not? Try it. I mean, Twins need runs right here and need base runners. And Dozier, who has attempted this a lot, lays it down. I'm sure Santana talking to him right there.
Talking to the guy who bunted with 2 outs in the top of this inning. Perfect bunt in each case. Chisenhall playing a deep third base. A couple of early hits for Dozier, and now Plouffe. Strike 1.
You know, speaking of leaving and going to Cooperstown, Dick, you know, when Tony Gwynn and Cal Ripken went into the Hall of Fame, they said that place, I mean, you went there when I was inducted,
right,
but the crowd went all the way back to that hill. I mean, it was enormous, and I got a feeling that's going to happen again this year.
0-2 quickly to Plouffe. He struck out on 3 pitches in the first.
And what a great thing for that small city called Cooperstown, too. That main street will be packed.
Probably heard the phrase "a quaint little town." That's Cooperstown. Quaint. If you wanted to summarize it in one word, that would be the word. And twice now, Plouffe has struck out on 3 pitches.
Well, he went down swinging the first time, but here he takes a fastball away, and Trevor having some words with DJ Rayburn. Fastball away.
Good pitch.
That's a good pitch.
All of them in the Fox Tracks box.
Strikeout number 5 for Salazar.
Morales, we were talking about the 3 through 6 hitters, how productive they were last night. Now it's time for Morales, Willingham, Suzuki to try to get something done here in the third. Popped up wide of third. Chisenhall with room, 2 away. Quite a full class last year. No living members were inducted. And you've got 3 members of the Atlanta Braves, the manager, the 2 300-game winners, Frank Thomas and Tony La Russa. One time his first managerial job was with the White Sox. And then Joe Torre. So you've got, in Cox, you've got Toronto and Atlanta represented. La Russa, you have the White Sox, the A's, and the Cardinals.
And Chicago, yeah.
Here's Willingham. Down and away, ball
Joe
1.
Torre, you have, New York and L.A. area.
And the Cardinals.
And the Cardinals, yeah.
And the Braves.
Yep.
Torre played, of course, he's going in as a manager, but his player numbers were, I thought, Hall of Fame worthy. 1-0 to Willingham. Twins need a 2-out hit. Down 3 runs.
And I think, didn't Greg Maddux retire for 1 day with the Chicago Cubs?
Right. Technically, I think he finished, his productive years with the Padres. Remember, Twins faced him late in his career with the Padres, but of course the Cubs and the Braves. Pitches up high, 2-0.
I think Glavine spent some time in New York.
So yes, I will be thinking about you. That'll be a fun pilgrimage back to Cooperstown for you. See what Willingham gets here on 2-0. Love to back up a good ball game last night with another productive one at the plate today.
Say it's going to be a fastball away.
3-0.
Way away.
Suzuki on deck.
Well, again, the pitch count mounting. 30 pitches in the second inning. Again, in his last start on May 15th, 4 innings, but 98 pitches. And that's what Terry Francona, that's why they sent him down, so he'd have a better control of that strike zone. He hasn't shown it yet. Does have 5 strikeouts, only 2 hits off the bat of Dozier.
Pops straight up in the air. A tall one.
He had the green light.
And the Twins get a leadoff single from Dozier, leave him aboard. It's still 3-0. Alto across the rocks of the Mississippi River headwaters at Itasca State Park. Done 3 or 4 times. Fishing, hiking, biking, and wildlife viewing are popular activities. For more unique travel ideas, visit exploreminnesota.com and discover a world that's only in Minnesota. Tag your photos and experiences with #OnlyInMN. Established in 1891, Itasca is the oldest Minnesota state park. Features over 100 lakes and 32,000 acres. Beautiful country up there. Nick Swisher will lead off the 4th for Cleveland. And he rolls one. Dozier will backhand it, get rid of it quickly, but Swisher will have, you call that an infield hit?
Yeah, that's an infield hit, even though it went out to center field. Swisher both times up, jumped on that first pitch, got a base hit in the 2nd inning, and here an infield base hit.
Time now for you to tweet your photo using #NorthFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. Yan Gomes called out on strikes in the 2nd. The 8 and 9 batters picked him up with a 2-run single and sacrifice fly. That's how the Indians built their 3-0 lead. Another one hit to center, and Swisher will hold up at second. So the 4th inning starting to build like the 2nd did. A couple of quick hits, a couple of quick base runners. 1st and 2nd, nobody out.
Yeah, Gomes a good hitting catcher. Last year hit .294 in 88 ball games. Came into this at bat hitting .275, and he adds to that.
Pino making his first appearance against the Indians, but there are some hitters who know him or teammates or faced him in the minor leagues. But whenever I see a guy like Pino struggle out on the mound, and I want your opinion on this, there's so much video that players can do, and I know it's not the same as standing in the box and actually facing somebody. But when you're Johan Pino, this one popped to short left, Fold coming in, and you have, let's say, marginal stuff. You don't have Salazar's arm, you don't have the sharp breaking ball and the 97-mile-per-hour fastball and all that. I would think that the video preparation that a team can make on someone like Pino could really hurt his chances, more so than Salazar. I mean, you can say, okay, the guy's got a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. You've still got to hit it. And if Pino is going to top out at 88, 89, the homework you do before a game, I would think, would pay off more for a guy like this than a guy like Salazar.
Well, like I said, Pino has to hit his spots. He's not going to overpower anybody. He's going to, get a strikeout here or there if he throws a lot of slow stuff, and then, gets that fastball
right,
like he did to Yan Gomes in the 2nd inning. Kind of sneaky fast, but he has to hit his spots. Needs to keep the ball down.
Vilas hit a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning, but you can if you want to. And I know it was on the road someplace, maybe in Seattle. We walked in the Twins clubhouse about 3 hours before game time. There were 6 different laptops going, looking at video of different parts of the opponent that night. Here's a tall fly ball down the left field line, and another easy catch for Fold, 2 down. So 2 on, now 2 out, and that'll bring up Kipnis.
Well, you end up pulling for really guys like Pino, because 10 years in the minor leagues a long time for, plane rides, bus rides, everything that goes on in the minor leagues. 50 pitches right now, 36 for strikes. Over almost 1,100 innings in the minor leagues that he pitched.
Kipnis has hit the ball in the air twice, once to center, once to short. On the outside corner, strike. He hit his spot.
The good movement on that. That little 2-seamer had some little movement down and away.
Landed 5 feet in front of the plate. Suzuki not only blocked it, he caught it.
I said keep the ball down, but not quite that low. Watch this ball bounce right here. And Suzuki, that ball landed about 8 feet in front of the plate.
1-1.
I always thought that should be a strike. You can bounce it.
Still knee high, right?
Yeah.
So you buy into my theory at all or not that guys like Pino are at a competitive disadvantage more now than ever because of the video that hitters can do. Kipnis probably has it all in his brain now. First pitch strikes, what he throws is he throws fastball. I mean, you can watch it all before you even step in the box against the guy.
You know, two guys are going to the Hall of Fame this year, Maddox and Glavine, that could paint the corners. They didn't make many mistakes, and they weren't overpowering pitchers. Pino he's become a pitcher over his career because of going up and down. He has to hit his spots.
Hopes to hit it here and strand a couple of runners. 2-2 to Kipnis.
He's more of a pitcher than Salazar.
Lazy fly ball hit out towards Santana. And a couple of singles to start the inning. No harm done. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Stay tuned for this important message from Meshbecher and Spence. Welcome back to T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball. Dick and Bert and Jamie with you from Target Field. Pino gave up 3 runs in the second inning. Twins have had a threat in each of the first 3 innings. They haven't cashed in yet, obviously. Suzuki will lead things off in the 4th.
Yeah, better third inning, even though Dozier got the infield base hit for Salazar through only 10 pitches. Right now at 59.
Suzuki walked, first of 3 straight walks issued by Salazar. That one called a strike. Twins filled the bases with 3 straight 1-out walks. So Salazar can look back at the second inning and say, yeah, I walked 3, but I also struck out the side. 2 strikes. Now that had to be a Twins fan there because he reached over and caught the ball with his glove, where earlier the Cleveland fan. Yeah, see, Twins baseball teacher.
That was a nice catch.
2 strikes to Suzuki. On the ground, backhanded by Kipnis. 1 down. That'll bring up Arcia. RBI Baseball is back. Get the retro baseball game you've been missing with simple, fun, and classic 2-button style controls. Play 9-inning games in less than 20 minutes with all 30 MLB teams and 2014 MLB players. Download RBI Baseball 14 today on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and 4, as well as the Apple App Store and Google Play. Thinking of when I read this promo, I think about all the baseball games that I played as a kid, other than with a ball and a bat. And I'll bet you there are more baseball games than the other sports combined. Now, you had electric football. Did you play electric football?
We had electric football, yes.
Okay. Now, did you have the kind where the quarterback threw a little cotton football, or the one with the magnet?
Just vibrating.
Yeah, right. And then the guys
try to run them.
Yeah, but I had guys that would just go in circles the entire time.
It's a bad quarterback.
That's kind of a Fran Tarkenton.
Sounds like Fran Tarkenton. I was thinking that too.
2 strikes to Arcia.
Mr. Scrambler.
Up the middle, and Arcia will get a base hit. It's the 3rd Twins hit, and it comes with 1 out on the 4th.
Yeah, it looked like a changeup right there, and Arcia out front, but still strong enough to hit it sharply up the middle.
Eduardo Escobar will hit next. Even when the game isn't on, you can still see all the plays and at-bats that matter most during Twins squeeze play. A 30-minute condensed version of select non-televised Twins games, and there are only 3 of them this year. Catch the action tomorrow. The Twins wrapping up the series with the Indians. Squeeze plays on tomorrow at 7 on Fox Sports North. Eduardo Escobar. Now, hockey is known for the tabletop hockey thing, right?
What do they call that? Foosball?
No, that's a different. That's like table soccer. Foul back. Then there was a basketball game. Did you ever play?
My players always had helmets on. I thought it was hockey.
You played the basketball game, one that had a ping pong ball that rolled around the floor and had a little dents?
No, I didn't have that one. You still have that one?
No, but
because you kept that one. You said the old one that was like 1930.
That was a push 'em up, right? That was a push 'em up game. Lifted foul, out of play, 2 strikes. Basket, I think, was the basketball one.
Now, we had the dice game where you play with cards and roll the dice.
Right. Stratomatic or APBA was the other one. 2 strikes to Escobar.
Well, I'd have to agree. There are probably more baseball games than any other sport.
I had something that was like a photoelectric football game where you picked an offensive play and the other guy put the defense on top of it and you turned on a light bulb. Yeah.
That didn't sound like
fun. I threw that away after I played with it about 3 games. Oh, and 2 to Escobar, and he asks for time. One and 2.
Salazar, 8 seasons in the minor leagues, all with the Indians. Had the Tommy John surgery back in 2010.
That's to right center field. Down for a hit. Arcia around second. He'll gain 3rd base. Escobar has a hit. And the Twins are threatening again in the 4th. 1st and 3rd. And 1 out.
Yeah, it looked like another changeup that left up, and Arcia got the barrel of the bat out quickly and hit it into right center. Little tail on that changeup, but Escobar continues to drive the ball.
Fold will have another chance. He came up with the bases loaded and 1 out. 3 straight walks and loaded the bases. And Fold was not happy with the strikes called on the first 2 pitches. Fox Track supported Sam's disfavor. He ended up striking out on a changeup. Now 1st and 3rd. Fox Track's presented by Chrysler.
Ouch.
A roller towards Santana, and he'll get the out there, and Fold will get an RBI. Arcia coming in. It's 3-1.
I got jammed right there. Didn't want to get into that count or let the umpire decide, but fastball in. Arcia making it a 3-1 ball game by scoring. And for Sam Fold, he drove in his 18th run.
So you're saying that hurts whether you go to Stanford University or Schenectady Junior College?
Or San Diego High School.
Here's Santana. Fold a base stealing threat. By now the Twins have timed Santana. His delivery to the plate. Fold 12 for 14. Big leg kick and ball one.
Gomes has made 12 errors behind the plate, but a lot of them coming early in the year. All of them throwing errors.
That's a lot of throwing errors. 2-0.
I asked next door to Rick Manning why so many errors for a catcher, and they said early on he's trying to throw the ball behind that runner at first base. He's a catcher with a very good throwing arm.
32% throwout rate in the big leagues. Santana, or Salazar rather, has given up 5 steals in 6 tries. And Santana turned on a pitch that might have been inside. And of course, the other way of looking at it is Salazar stands a decent chance of walking Fold to second. Why try to steal it?
This situation here, though, you have the number 9 hitter at first base and good speed. You have Santana up. I try to run Fold here, get him in a scoring position. But he stays.
Up the middle.
Hit the bag.
Off of Avila. And Fold will hold up at second base. Avila's cut across. I don't know if it hit the bag. It came very close, and at the very least, I'm sure it was a distraction to the shortstop.
For sure. Well, that high chopper over the mound, and right there, I don't know if it, like you said, it might have skipped off the bag.
Yeah, I'll bet you it did.
Aviles couldn't get a glove on it, or he did just a little bit, slowed it down. And it's an infield base hit for Santana. Told just in front of the bag.
Well, the inning continues with 2 speedy runners. Dozier, who's got a double to the left field corner and a bunt single. If he can hit another double, we'll have a tie game. Strike one. Twins have had plenty of scoring opportunities here tonight. Got one on the board. And we told you Dozier's had great success against Santana with his 2 hits today. He's now 7 for 10 against Danny Salazar. This is his 3rd at bat. And we haven't mentioned yet that Dozier, the winner of the MLB Players Association Heart and Hustle Award. Every team has an award winner, and Dozier, obviously, a qualified winner from the Twins.
And congratulations to Brian Dozier.
1-2. On the outside corner. Best pitch of the inning was his last pitch of the inning. Twins get 1, leave 2, and it's a 3-1 ball game.
Field. It's the top of the 5th, and I'm Jamie Hirsch inside the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle with George and Judy, who are celebrating their 48th wedding anniversary. George, I bet it feels like yesterday, right?
It does. It's hard to believe it's been that long.
Good answer, right, Judy? Absolutely. That's the key to a happy marriage right there. Another key, you guys might win some money here. We're going to give you $100 worth of scratch-offs to the Minnesota Lottery. So good luck. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. That'll be fun.
Enjoy the game, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, happy anniversary to lovebirds. Very nice. I'm glad he said the right thing.
Yeah. Chris Dickerson taking ball 1 and now ball 2. But really, they've been married 48 years. I'll bet he's conditioned to say the right thing. Right?
I would imagine, yes.
Not at all surprised that he said the right thing. Foul back, 2-1. Indians at 50-49. Needing a win here tonight to stay above the 500 mark. Otherwise, the Tigers would be the only team in the division.
Good change up there.
With a winning record.
He struck out Dickerson in the first inning on a very good changeup. Pino with 3 strikeouts, no walks in the ball game. He's given up 6 hits.
Off the plate, 3-2.
I would think, going back to what you were talking about Pino, you can watch the video, but Pino's got more of an assortment of pitches than Salazar too, even though they're not 95, 96. And of course, better control, so he can work in and out with those pitches. We've seen the slow curveball, we've seen the sneaky fastball, the changeup.
Three and 2. Foul back. Dickerson struck out on the first. Arcia robbed him of an extra base hit in the third. Breaking ball got him. Down.
Strikeout number 4. Getting Dickerson for the second time.
Both times on that slow curveball, didn't he? In the first inning as well?
I think the first inning he got the changeup, but right there, Dickerson just maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Swinging it definitely at ball 4.
Michael Brantley, the batter. 0 for 2. Change up over for a strike. Carsoup.com trivia question: who was Cleveland's last American League batting champion? I don't think you have to go back as far as Hal Trotsky, the Norway, Iowa native. I think the answer I'm going to give is somebody you played with.
Ooh, good fastball there.
2-1. At least I think you were on a team with them.
Mike Hargrove.
No.
Toby Harrah.
No. You did not play with him when he won the batting title, I believe.
Well, that's good. I leave and he wins a batting title. I could have used those runs that he knocked in.
It's all about you, isn't it?
Amen.
Yeah.
Andre Thornton then.
No. 2-2.
Well, Brantley only 27 years old. He originally signed by the Brewers. He came over to the Indians in the CC Sabathia trade back in October of 2008. He was a player to be named later in that trade.
lifted to center. And Santana with the catch.
I say that because CC Sabathia was traded during the summertime to Milwaukee.
Pitched the last couple of months, pretty much took the Brewers on his back and pitched him into the playoffs. 2 down, and here's Carlos Santana. Santana with a double nearly cleared the wall in right field. Leading off the second, he scored a run and then a bunt single. He's in the same situation here, Bert. 2 outs, base is empty. He could put down another bunt. It's 1-1.
Well, you know how I feel about that.
Well, that's why I took the opposing position. Two and 1. Obviously, it hasn't changed the Twins and how they want to defend Santana. They're in at least as much of a pull shift as they were in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Oh, 3-1. Chisenhall on deck. Foul. Very loud strike.
Santana, good power from both sides of the plate. 14 home runs on the year. 10 of them as a left-handed hitter. Pino's done a good job of keeping the ball in the ballpark. Only a couple home runs allowed. This is his 6th major league start.
Three and 2. That's hit a long way. Should have bunted.
That's why I said last time up, why would you bunt when you can do that?
A home run, making it 4-1.
Yeah, that pitch was right there, right down Broadway. Santana with his 15th home run makes it a 4-1 ball game. So the Indians come back and get the run back that the Twins were able to put together in the 4th inning. Wow.
Arcia never moved.
No reason to.
Now Chisenhall. One strike. Chisenhall hit by a pitch. He scored in the 2nd inning when the Indians scored 3 times. Oh, 0-2. One and 2. Pino to Chisenhall. That'll reach the seats.
Change up away.
Missing low. 2 and 2.
And that's where you want to miss with a changeup. 80 pitches now for Pino. 54 strikes, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Now the slider. Hook foul.
All-Star Game helmet, Twins t-shirt on, and now a foul ball. 2-2. Another one hook foul. Another 2-2 to Chisenhall. Spun right off the end of the bat. Pino's had the only 1-2-3 inning by a pitcher so far. That came back in the first. And now a full count.
Good at bat here for Chisenhall against Pino.
Struck him out. Pino enjoys a 1-2-4 inning here in the fifth to that third guy. Pepsi fans of the game all dressed up with a ball game to go to.
Girls' night out.
Carlos Santana with 3 hits, including a home run, a near home run. Trevor Plouffe will lead off the 5th against Danny Salazar. The Twins have scored once, but they've left 7 men on.
Salazar 3 walks in a ball game, 6 strikeouts.
Plouffe jumps on the first pitch, hits it a ton. Oh, what a nice reaching catch by Dickerson. Plouffe hit that ball right on the screws, and Dickerson had to reach up at the last instant to snag it.
Yeah, that ball took off a little bit more. Dickerson kind of talking to Brantley about that ball. That kind of kept going on him.
So
hitting that ball sharply.
It's the 3rd time the Indian outfielders, twice in the first inning yesterday, have had to make a play like that. And here's Morales with 1 out and the base is empty. Outside, ball 1. One and one.
2. Morales with a little matter of a hitting streak he'd like to keep alive. Chopper left side, high hop for Chisenhall, and a stretch for Santana. 2 down. 2 away in the 5th. Let's go to Jamie Hirsch.
Well, Josh Willingham seems to be really finding his swing lately, and I asked him what he's been working on specifically lately. He just said that every hitter has certain keys that really helps you get back to where you want to be. And when you look at video, your swing doesn't really change much. It'll look the same, but there are subtle things that you might be missing. And he said for him, it's making sure he gets his front hip in just before his swing, and that little detail can make all the difference for Josh in his timing. So that's something to watch for in this at-bat here, whether he gets that left hip in just before his swing, hoping to get his timing just right.
Thank you, Jamie. Taking strike 1.
I think you watch how he does that too. He kind of lifts his leg up a little bit, that left leg. Try to put the weight on the back. Your drive leg.
Bounce to short. Easy play for Aviles. And Salazar has his first 1-2-3 inning. Cleveland in front. The Twins all but done facing the American League East. Won't have to face the Yankees again. Don't know how many people will have to face Mark Teixeira. Sanford Health injury report, a lower lat strain that'll keep him out of the lineup for a few more days.
He's had that wrist injury that's bothered him going to last year. And Baltimore with a 4-game lead in the American League East Division.
Swisher again on the first pitch. It's a lazy fly to center. Santana with the catch, 1 away. Look at our AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to #NorthFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. And it is brought to you by AT&T. Jim Richards.
Happy couple.
Oh, looks a little bit like Calvin Griffith there, doesn't it?
A little bit, yes.
Well, we're glad you're at the ballpark. 1 down. And here's Yan Gomes. And a strike over the inside corner. You know, you look at the East. I mean, here are the Yankees 4 games out, and they're supposedly ready to be buyers and make some acquisitions to help them in their pursuit of the Orioles. They're 50-48. The Indians are considered contenders. They're 50-49. So when you hear people say, hey, we need to get to 500, that really is the benchmark. If you can get there with the 2 wild card spots now, you're at least in the discussion. You know, and then you look at the Twins situation. They've had way too many short losing streaks, 5 and 6 gamers, and that's why they are sitting 8 games below the 500 mark. If you can put together a winning streak equal to the losing streaks that you've had, just one, well, then you're starting to crawl your way back into the discussion. Doesn't help when you come out of the break and lose the first 3 games. There's a ball drilled to right. Arcia with the catch out, number 2. I'll get us to David Murphy, but first, Twin season ticket holders enjoy 10% off concessions and merchandise at Target Field. 2014 season tickets are still available. You can call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com and find out about all the perks and benefits you can obtain by being a season ticket holder. David Murphy.
A lot of fly ball outs off of Pino here today. Only 1 ground ball out. That was Brantley in the first inning. 11 fly ball outs. To go with his 5 strikeouts.
One and 1. 1 and 2. And Murphy flips one foul with Pino approaching the 100 pitch mark.
Yeah, Murphy just got a fastball right there in the second inning, and actually it was down a little bit. He kind of dropped the barrel of the bat with that 2-run single.
It was what, on a 3-1 pitch, I think, at the time. Left and fold and retreats a few steps. 3 outfield flies, and Pino has his second 1-2-3 inning. On Fox Sports North is presented by Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by McDonald's. Stop in all summer for a cool, refreshing McCafe iced coffee, starting at just $1.59. Well, the Indians have a 4-1 lead. Twins won a 4-3 ball game last night. And Kurt Suzuki will lead things off for the Twins in the bottom of the 6th inning. Suzuki, Arcia, and Escobar.
And credit Salazar. I mean, he's worked out of some jams and he's gotten some strikeouts when he's needed it. Twins did score a run in the 4th inning. But he worked out of that bases loaded jam and he kind of put himself into by getting a couple strikeouts.
He walked 3 batters in a row, starting with Suzuki, with 1 out in the 2nd. One and one.
Salazar again making his first start for the Indians since May 15th.
Breaking ball over for a called second strike. Two and two.
Action in the bullpen for the Indians.
One of the 3 left-handers they have, Kyle Crockett. Popped up and back and out play. Suzuki trying to get aboard. Well, the Twins have had plenty of scoring opportunities. They only once have had the leadoff man on. That was after Dozier's bunt single in the 3rd. There's a leadoff hit right over the cap of Salazar.
A fastball left up and Suzuki hitting it right back up the middle. Quick hands right there. Got the barrel of the bat out quickly. Good contact.
Francona letting Salazar start the inning, but now a leadoff single. And it looks like it'll be the end of the night for Danny Salazar.
Mentioned last night, both these teams outstanding bullpens.
Got a chance to pick up his 4th major league win tonight if the bullpen can hold the lead. To win a ball game, and in fact they may win a ball game, and he might pick up his 4th big league win
and his first road win in his young career.
Target Field suites are available for single game rental for groups of 16 to 96. You can choose from the intimate premier suites, the flexible event suites, or the spacious Skyline suite at Target Field. Food and beverage included in every purchase. Find out more at twinsbaseball.com/groups or call 800-33-TWINS. to schedule your suite at a Twins game. Crockett coming into the ball game. Twins don't know much about him. And Tom Bernansky telling Arcia he's kind of a sidewinding lefty.
And he's off to a great start in his young career. 22 years old, Kyle Crockett. Started the season in Double-A, then called up. He was sent out one time and then recalled on June 13th. Putting up some great numbers out of a very good bullpen, making his 18th major league relief appearance. Crockett just signed with the Indians last year out of the University of Virginia, so he made it up here quickly.
And he slings the first pitch wide, ball one. It's a big challenge for Arcia. Crockett brought in to face Arcia, who has really struggled against lefties this year. Arcia hitting 143 against them. Pop-up foul over the Cleveland dugout.
A scouting report on Crockett. Fastball in the low 90s, a sweeping slider or breaking ball with that sidearm delivery, and a changeup. Only 42 minor league games he pitched in. .6'2", about 170.
Hits the corner with a fastball, 1-2. And then a fastball at 91, and Arcia strikes out. One down. And now switch hitting Eduardo Escobar. Escobar with a walk and a single. Tapper to third. Chisenhall plays the second hop, fires wide, but Santana kept a foot on the bag.
Nice pick by Santana over at first base.
They say that their defense at first base has been much better with Santana at first than it was with Nick Swisher over there.
Yeah, the former catcher Santana now getting playing time at first, and that designated hitter role keeps his foot on the bag.
Very nice play. Well, the Twins need to get a 2-out hit here. Runners with a batting average with runners in scoring position has been dreadful in this homestand. See if Full can deliver a hit here. He drove in a run with a ground ball in the fourth, but he made an out. Ball one. The only Twins run so far tonight. Liner, Kipnis with a diving catch in short right field. That ends the threat. The Twins leave Suzuki at second and trail by 3.
A telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Beautiful night here. A little less humidity in the air. A little bit cooler than it was yesterday. It'll be a gorgeous day here tomorrow for a day game. Again, we're not televising it, but it's on Squeeze Play, a half-hour Reader's Digest version of the game. And that'll be at 7 o'clock tomorrow. A bunt by Avila, strike one. Avilas drove in a run with a fly ball in the second. And a routine fly ball in the fourth. Two strikes.
Avila's 33 years old, came up with Kansas City back in 2008. Also spent time with the Red Sox. Second season with the Indians.
And another foul ball.
He's always been a good utility player. We saw him play in center field. He started in center field in yesterday's ball game. Then with Cabrera getting hurt, he's now at short.
Two strikes. Whoa. Thought he had strike three. So did I.
So what Fox Track says, a bit outside.
Yep. 1-2. Pop straight up in the air. Suzuki. One hand grab, one down. And that'll be the end of the night for Johan Pino. Got through the Cleveland lineup 3 times. Gave up 4 runs earned. This is about what we would expect from Pino, wouldn't you?
I thought he pitched well. He just had that tough second inning.
Yeah. So he'll leave with 1 out in the 7th. And Brian Dunsing will come out of the Cleveland or the Twins and to pitch to Cleveland.
That second inning where the Indians put 3 on the board, but no walks in the ball game, 4 strikeouts. Went into the 7th inning. And over the last 3 innings, the only hit off of them was a home run by Santana.
100 pitches on the dot. He got the game into the 7th inning, and he'll watch the rest of it with Brian Dunsing picking him up in relief.
Dunsing making his 38th relief appearance on the season. Very good 2.45 ERA for Brian. He last worked here on Sunday a couple days ago, 1 shutout inning. against the Tampa Bay Rays.
And the Indians with 3 left-handed batters to start their batting order, and 4 of the first 5. The other guy's a switch hitter. And you look at this and you can understand why the Indians have not done well against left-handers. They are very left-handed themselves. Escobar, nice pickoff, and he makes the play. Out number 2.
Yeah, that's a nice play. It was only Escobar that could have made that play right there. He had to cut in front of Brian Dozier, and that's where his momentum was going. Escobar shading him a little bit up the middle, but he has to go to the second base side and make a good throw on the run. Some nice defensive plays by both teams here tonight.
Yeah. 2 down, and now Chris Dickerson. Swing and a miss. Not a surprise that the first pitcher out of the bullpen for the Twins is a left-hander. It happens to be Dunsing. This is a Cleveland team that has struggled mightily against lefties.
Yeah, the Indians are 13-18 when a left-hander starts the ball game. And they come in hitting .256 as a ball club. That's 7th best in the American League. But in the low 240s against left-handed pitchers.
Santana, of course, he's a switch hitter, so it matters less to him, as Drupal Cabrera, their regular shortstop, is a switch hitter. Nick Swisher is a switch hitter. But then you've got, Murphy is in the lineup today. He's also a lefty. One and 2. No swing. Kind of remindful of the Twins years of not long ago when Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel were the 3 most feared hitters in the Twins lineup. All left-handed. 2 and 2. Inside with a fastball. Good pickup in the 7th inning by Brian Dunsing as he gets a couple of outs to finish off the Indians in the 7th. The Indians are in front.
Yeah, Murphy getting that pitch out over the plate, lining it into right field for a 2-run single. That gave the Indians a 2-0 lead. Then the sacrifice fly made it a 3-0 lead off the bat of Aviles. Danny Salazar went into the 6th inning. Ended up pitching 5 innings, only 1 run allowed. And a home run here tonight hit by the monster, Carlos Santana. He clobbered that one for his 15th home run of the year.
Subway in-game box score. Twins haven't been able to bunch much of anything together. They've instead scattered their hits throughout. Did get 3 hits in the 4th inning to score their run. Danny Santana with an infield hit. Threatens to bunt, takes a strike. It'll be Santana, Dozier, and Plouffe against Scott Atchison.
Atchison making his 42nd relief appearance. Only 33 hits allowed in 42 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts. Atchison in his first season with the Cleveland Indians, signed as a free agent over the winter. Last year with the Mets.
Pitch for Terry Francona with the Red Sox. So that's the connection. That's what ultimately led to him signing with Cleveland. Worked quickly. 2 strikes to Santana. Bouncer right side. Kipnis to Santana, 1 away. And we'll bring up Brian Dozier. Saturday, a doubleheader on Fox Sports 1. Bryce Harper and the Nationals take on the Reds, and then the Indians will be taking on the Royals. Coverage begins at 2:30 Central on Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go, and then we'll have Game 3 between the Twins and the White Sox on Fox Sports North beginning at 5:30. And you'll be back in the rocking chair in the back porch of the Otesaga Hotel.
I'll be thinking about you.
Rocking back and forth, spinning yarns with. Who are you going to hang out with there?
Oh, probably Gaylord.
Okay.
Perry.
All right. Dozier lifts it high and deep to left field. Gone, a home run.
Home run number 19 for Brian Dozier.
Scoring his 72nd run of the year.
Bryant opening up quickly and makes it a 4-2 ball game.
Well, that was closer to the pole than I thought it was going to be. 4-2. Trevor Plouffe. 2 strikeouts and a lineout. Fouled off a leg, 1 strike.
We have seen Brian be able to turn on pitches right there. I mean, great swing right there by Brian Dozier.
Breaking ball bent over for strike 2. Plouffe struck out in the first inning on 3 pitches, struck out in the 3rd on 3 pitches, hit the first pitch of the 5th right on the button, and Dickerson had to retreat to make a nice catch. Now in a familiar spot, 0-2. 1-2. And Trevor called out on strikes for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, 3rd time Trevor has gone out on strikes.
Here's Kendrys Morales.
Atchison, 38 years old. Came up with the Mariners back in 2004. Also pitched for the Giants, the Red Sox, the Mets. Now with Cleveland.
Here's Morales. Strike 1. Two strikes. White Sox have the Royals have opened up a 5-1 lead on the White Sox in the 6th inning. South side of Chicago. Two strikes. Another foul.
Watch out.
Dozier's home run is a 19th. Career high in home runs. 10 of them here at Target Field. 1-2.
It's nice to see 13 of the 19 have been hit off of right-handed pitchers for Dozier.
It's down the left field line. That's going to drop for a hit. Morales is trying for 2. Oh my goodness. Out. They're calling him out. Morales tried for 2. And it's a 2-out single and a throw out. And the Twins are going to take a look at this. While Ron Gardenhire steps out. Backpedaling now to the umpire.
You see Kipnis trying to get that foot, but missed a tag right there, and then Morales.
I think he's out.
Yeah. In more ways than one.
Well, again, Dickerson with a good play. We saw him throw. Was it Trevor Plouffe out at second base last night, cutting a ball off in the gap as a center fielder, and now he makes a quick pickup and throws close enough to the bag to get Kendrys Morales. Twins get a home run from Dozier. It's 4-2. Here at the ballpark, Brian Dozier's hit a home run. And the Twins have gotten back to within 2. Brian Dunsing will face Brantley, Santana, and Chisenhall.
I get Dozier up again. He's got a double, a single, a home run.
I want to say Julio Franco.
How about Avila?
Bobby Avila. In 1954. Wow.
And I did play with Julio Franco.
He win one very late in his career. He might not even have been with the Indians. Here's a fly to left. Fold hardly has to move. And very quickly, Brantley is retired. He's 0 for 4. And now Carlos Santana has had quite a night. He nearly hit a home run in the second inning. The ball bounced off the top of the fence. So he got a double and scored. And he had a bunt single. Trevor Plouffe was ready to go into the left-handed pull shift, forgetting for a moment that Dunsing's on the mound and Santana will be hitting right-handed. Santana 3 for 3 is a left-handed batter. He takes strike 1.
Well, and he like Dozier, a triple away from the cycle.
Yeah. In each case, the single was a bunt single. Trying to look at target field and see where the ball could be hit for Santana to get a triple. Help me out.
Going to have to roll around the corner and then down towards center field, or the opposite down the right field line. Outfield playing pretty deep.
1-2. Checked his swing. 2-2. As big as this outfield is, now that I think about it, I mean, it really doesn't yield many triples at all. Two and two. Fox Tracks presented by Carrier. And now 3-2.
See a lot of ballparks that are built. They have, you know, little areas that a ball could ricochet and kick left or right, but not really here, other than maybe the limestone.
Yeah, you've got the overhang in right field. And I suppose, you know, if a right fielder, you would hope it wouldn't be Arcia. Maybe somebody not experienced in playing tried to cut off a ball caroming by the wall, and it somehow got past him into the right field corner, maybe. Three and two. Dunsing to Santana. In front of an off-speed pitch and a foul right off the end of the bat.
Dunsing in his 6th season with the Twins, 31-year-old.
This is Santana's best side as a hitter, at least this year. And Dunsing got him. 2 down.
Second strikeout for Brian Dunsing. Retired all 4 batters he's been asked to get.
Come on down and see the Twins game on August 15th from Dozier's Deck. It's a special offer. Includes a Skyline deck seat plus a limited edition Brian Dozier camo t-shirt. All for just $35. A portion of the proceeds will benefit Pheasants Forever's wildlife habitat conservation efforts. Call 800-33-TWINS. Ask for the special Dozier's Deck ticket offer. Visit twinsbaseball.com/DozierDeck for tickets. 1 strike to Chisenhall. Two strikes to Chisenhall. Dugout out of play again.
Chisenhall, one guy that has handled left-handers pretty well so far this year, hitting .299 off of them.
Driven deep to right. Down the line. Foul ball. Now the Twins had a home run overruled, challenged by the umpires, reviewed by the umpires.
Let's take a look at this pitch right here. It's a breaking ball. Chisenhall went down and got it.
Yep, that's like Chris Colabello's ball yesterday.
Right.
From our camera angle, if it passes on this side of the foul pole, it has to be foul. Brian Dunsing thinks it's foul.
Sandy Alomar Jr. was at first base. He did not say anything.
And as happened to Colabello last night. Instead of a home run, it's a strikeout. Dunson 5 up, 5 down as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Studio with the sports update. Tomorrow's Twins game won't be on television, but you can get a recap with the squeeze play tomorrow night at 7 on Fox Sports North. And now let's go back to Target Field.
Thank you, Jeff. Josh Willingham will lead off the 8th inning for the Twins. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to be out in my boat, and I'm going to be trolling around the lake. I'm going to have the radio on. I'm going to listen to Corey Provis and Dan Gladden in the radio broadcast.
Sounds like a nice, relaxing
It's going to be
day.
a very nice day, I think. Here's Josh Willingham.
Well, to top that off is a Twins victory.
Starting tonight, build a little winning streak.
Yep.
1 strike to Willingham. It'll be Suzuki and Arcia scheduled to follow. And now 1-1. Willingham has faced Atchison 4 times and hit a home run.
Atchison starting his 2nd inning of relief.
As we've described the Indians as being very left-handed, then it stands to reason that a power-hitting right-handed hitter like Willingham would perhaps be attractive to them. And in fact, Willingham almost signed with the Indians instead of the Twins 3 years ago.
A hanging breaking ball, and Josh just swung through it.
1 down here in the 8th. Suzuki will bat again.
Atkinson picking up his 2nd strikeout. Look at the slider, just kind of spun.
Nowhere near where Gomes wanted the breaking ball. Cody Allen and Mark Zepchinski warming up in the front bullpen down in the left center field area. Swing and a miss. Suzuki single, got as far as second base. It's like the Mojave Desert, second and third base, being in scoring position for the Twins since the All-Star break. They're 4 for 40. And that computes to a 100 batting average, and that's not very good.
Well, they ran into some pretty good pitching, with the Rays series, and now they're facing a very good bullpen.
Tapper to short. Aviles on target, 2 down.
Indians bullpen, 3rd best combined ERA in the American League. You have Seattle, Oakland, then Cleveland at 3.04. Terry Francona coming out. Make a pitching change, and the Twins right behind the Indians. Combined ERA at 3.13.
Of course, one of the reasons the bullpen numbers are so good, Terry Francona over the years, one of the best at managing a bullpen. He'll bring in a lefty to face Arcia. Now on FoxSportsNorth.com, Phil Irvin wonders what the walk-up songs would be for other Minnesota sports figures. Cordarrelle Patterson, Ricky Rubio, Jerry Kill, Richard Pitino. Oswaldo Arcia will be pinch hit for here with 2 outs. Eduardo Nunez will hit.
I tell you all about Mark Chinsky, but I'm still writing his name in my scorecard. That's a great Scrabble name right there, making his 48th relief appearance.
He couldn't even do that, though, because there's only 1 Z in Scrabble. He's got 2 in his last name.
You have to cheat.
Use the blank.
So Chinsky, 28 years old in his second season with the Indians, pitched for the Blue Jays, the Cardinals, now here in Cleveland.
Nunez trying to get aboard with Escobar waiting in the on-deck circle. Outside, ball 1. Twins with a 4-man bench these days, and tonight it consisted of left-hander Chris Parmelee, Eric Fryer, the backup catcher, Chris Colabello, and Nunez. 1-0. Hit hard to right field. Back is Murphy, and he can't make the play. A hard carom, and we might see a rare triple here at Target Field.
That's how you get a triple.
Murphy went back there, and as so many visiting outfielders do, unsure of where he was in relation to the wall.
And a little bit of limestone that sticks out. Good swing right there by Nunez. He picks up his first hit as a pinch hitter. Murphy going back just out of his reach. And then the ball caroms back toward the infield. And for Nunez, his second triple on the season.
Zipchinski's night didn't last long. 1 pitch, he gave up a triple, and boom, he's gone. Another pitching change here in the 8th. Twins threatening to put together a 2-out rally. It's 4-2 here. Cleveland in front. Quite a game across the way. Maya Moore with a team record 48 points in double overtime. The Lynx beat the Dream 112-108.
Wow, what a game.
Allen will come out of the Cleveland bullpen. He's got really good numbers, and he'll pitch to Eduardo Escobar.
Yeah, he's a closer right now. 13 saves and 14 save opportunities. He's 12 for 12 as of late with an ERA under 1. Hard-throwing right-hander with a hard curveball and a changeup in his 3rd season with the Indians.
It'll be Chris Parmelee hitting in Escobar's spot. Parmelee with a little bit better chance of hitting the ball out.
Yeah, opponents hitting 203 off of Allen overall. Left-handers just 122. Right-handers 278. He's done a good job against lefties.
Parmelee's last home run coming on June 18th. That dramatic home run. We thought it would be dramatic in extra innings against Uehara. Only to see Ortiz and Napoli hit home runs for the Red Sox in the bottom of the inning. 1-0. Just to get one back here in the 8th would be significant. Swing and a miss. Crisp 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Checked his swing, 2-1.
Allen has allowed 3 home runs.
Fastball taken for strike 2.
Everybody clap your hands.
Three and 2 with Fold on deck. Might be asked to get a 4-out save here. 3-2 to Parmelee. Got him. It's down and in. And Parmelee strikes out. Allen gets the first of what might be a 4-out save. Stranding Nunez at third base.
Target Field as we head to the 9th inning. The Twins will try to rally here. I'm Jamie Hirsch reminding you to stick with us after the final out for Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We'll talk about Santana powering the Tribe tonight with a big blast and also a couple other hits. We'll also talk about Brian Dozier as he breaks out of what had been kind of a slump for him the last 4 games, but tonight 3 hits for him, including his 19th home run of the season. We'll also go inside the clubhouse and hear from manager Ron Gardenhire to get his thoughts on the game after the final out, guys.
All right, thank you, Jamie. We'll see what happens here in the 9th inning. It will start with Matt Guerrero on the mound, pitching to Nick Swisher.
Yeah, numbers on Matt, making his 27th relief appearance. He last worked on Friday against the Rays.
Swisher, I think, has seen 3 pitches tonight. 2 singles and a flyout. And he takes ball 1. He takes. He took a pitch, 1-0. There you see Guerrero's numbers.
26 hits allowed in 27 innings. 8 walks, 2 intentional with 12 strikeouts.
A lot can happen in the remaining 62 games after today for the Twins. What do we have left? 63 games after today. But you can imagine a world where Guerrero is part of the bullpen again next year. The ball hit to the left field corner. Fold on his horse. And it goes over his head and then off the wall. It's went off the railing there in the seating area, back on the field of play for a ground rule double.
The second time we've seen that happen. I think Brian Dozier double in the first inning did the same thing. Swisher having a good night at the plate with his 18th double. Took that sinker the other way, just out of the reach of Fold. Hits the warning track. Then off the hands of a fan for a ground rule double.
And now Yan Gomes. Guerrero's numbers this year, good enough to say that, I don't want to call it an experiment, but the process to get him back to the Twins organization was worthwhile. And if it worked and it was in everyone's best interest to go through it last offseason and spring training, you can imagine a world where he might be back again next year. Of course, he might be gone by the end of the month. That's the state of affairs these days in for teams that are not in contention, like the Twins.
Well, Terry Ryan even came out, the general manager of the Twins, and saying that, hey, you know, we'll listen. We'll listen about everybody.
When you have been below 500 and are below 500 like the Twins are, you're not doing your job if you don't listen. Doesn't mean you're going to shake hands on anything.
Right.
Inside 2-1. I think the analogy I used with the guys in the pregame show was you've got Detroit and then everybody else might be in a bowl of soup. You could, by season's end, you might be able to throw a hat over everybody from Cleveland down through Kansas City, Chicago, and Minnesota. I don't know that there's going to be that much difference. Here's a ball hit to left center field. And that ball lands. Santana with a bare hand pickup will throw to short. And it's a pair of doubles to greet Guerrero here in the ninth.
Back-to-back doubles. Gomes gets his second hit of the ball game, driving in his 39th run. As Swisher scores for the second time in the game. Matt leaving some pitches up. Swisher did a pretty good job. I mean, he hit that ball the other way. Here Gomes splits the gap in left center. Santana gets it back in, but it's a double. An RBI double.
Wouldn't have expected too many balls to land between Fold and Santana tonight. But Gomes found a landing spot out there. Now David Murphy. Pulled to the right side. Dozier with a good play. And on the play, Gomes advances to third.
And a productive out for Murphy as he advances Gomes to third base.
Here's the number 9 batter, Aviles, and the Twins have to bring the infield in.
Aviles hit a sacrifice fly in the second inning to score the third run.
On low, ball 1.
Matt, 35 years old, of course, with the Twins for 7 seasons, back in 2004 to 2010.
Pulled foul. In addition to the good numbers that Guerrero has put up this year, he's proven to be healthy. That was a concern through the winter and through spring training.
He had surgery last year in August on that right arm. Had to rehab. Started the season down in the minor leagues. Called up in early May.
Hot ground ball to Plouffe. 2 down. Going still at third. And now the leadoff batter, Kipnis. Guerrero doesn't want that ball anymore. Kipnis 0 for 4. Dickerson 0 for 4. Brantley 0 for 4. Tonight it's been the middle of the Cleveland lineup that's done the damage. Last night it was the middle of the Twins lineup. Missing inside, ball 1. Hits are even at 9 apiece. The Twins have squandered scoring opportunities again here tonight.
You want to be very careful here. That runner at third, you want him to stay there. Kipnis, very good hitter with Dickerson on deck, who has struck out 3 times.
3-0.
And they're going to go ahead and walk him.
Intentional pass.
Kipnis kind of talking to Suzuki. That ball kind of was too close to the plate for a pitch out. But it's an intentional walk for Guerrero.
Kipnis probably saying, hey, I've swung at some of those.
Hit that ball to left field.
Dickerson, as Bert mentioned, has struck out swinging 3 times in the ball game. Made a nice defensive play in the corner.
He's had trouble with the breaking ball. Pino got him out a couple times on a changeup, then the curveball. And Matt, when he's on, he's got a pretty good curveball. Good pitch to get ahead.
Ball. Two strikes.
Brought that ball back over the plate. Suzuki wanted it away. He got away with that one. This situation here, you're going to throw that curveball. You have to know that your catcher's going to block it.
There goes a runner at first, and the pitch taken low. Twins were holding Kipnis on, so Kipnis will get a stolen base. And a base hit to left. Dickerson drives a single to left, and it will score 2 runs. Guerrero giving up 3 earned runs here in the 9th inning.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't go to that curveball. They left the ball out over the plate, and Dickerson, who was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, got a pitch away and just went with it. Ball left up about chest high, and the speed of Kipnis, who stole second base, scores a 3rd run of the inning. It's a 7-2 ball game.
Kipnis scoring the 2nd run on the hit, 3rd run of the inning. And the lead has ballooned to 7-2. Ball 1.
It's the most runs that Matt Guerrero has allowed in an outing.
Missing down and in, 2-0. No activity in the Twins pen. There is activity in the Cleveland pen with this lead growing. Allen was asked to get the final out of the 8th inning. And it looks as if the Indians are going to entrust a now 5-run lead to Carlos Carrasco. 3-0. And if Guerrero, who ended up walking Kipnis because he fell behind him, 3-0. If Guerrero doesn't start throwing strikes, the Twins might have to fire somebody up in the back bullpen. And it's ball 4. And Rick Anderson will try to come out and get Guerrero straightened out. Couple of doubles, an intentional walk only because the count went to 3-0. Now a 2-run single and a walk. Check around the majors. Anthony Rizzo continuing his breakthrough season for the Cubs. Gregory Polanco with a big night for the Pirates.
Oh, he's kind of ignited the Pirates.
Jay Happ, who looked completely lost pitching out of the bullpen here earlier in the season, together a pretty nice comeback year in his own right with the Blue Jays. Here is Santana, who has another opportunity to complete the cycle with a triple. And again, Guerrero falls behind.
25 pitches for Matt, only 10 strikes.
Ball 2. Still no activity in the Twins pen. My goodness. Just trying to throw strikes, and not only was that well out of the strike zone, it was only 86 miles per hour.
Yeah, somebody getting loose now.
Has to be Caleb Thielbar, I would guess, a left-hander. And a strike. Into the right field corner. Will he have a double? Will he take a chance for a triple? It'll be a double. And another run will score. And Matt Guerrero getting hit hard, in part because of his lack of control.
He fell behind and came in with a fastball. And Santana, quite a night at the plate, driving in his 2nd run of the ball game, but picking up his 4th hit on his 2nd double. Trainer going out.
That's what I something just isn't right for Guerrero. He was misfiring. And that one pitch, now he's saying that he's fine. But the ball 3 to Brantley was only 86 miles per hour. And Guerrero kept himself in the game.
Looked like they're checking his right hand. He's kind of shaking his head. No, I just
having a bad night. Yeah. Ninth man to bat with 4 runs already on the board and 2 more in scoring position. Hit right to Escobar. And that ends the inning. 4 insurance runs for the Indians. Brian Dozier will have a chance to complete the cycle in the bottom of the 9th. Pretty rough outing from Matt Guerrero. 1 inning and 4 earned runs allowed. He left 2 men in scoring position. Carlos Santana with a big night at the plate. And Carrasco is indeed brought into the ball game.
Carrasco started in the rotation and it didn't fare too well. And he's really struggled as a starter. So they put him in the bullpen back in late April, and the shift really worked. Making his 21st relief appearance, and has a 1.57 ERA out of the bullpen. Whereas a starter, he was 0-3 with an ERA at almost 7.
Now Fold, then Santana, then Dozier, and the Twins hope a whole bunch more. Down by 6. Strike 1. Fold drove in a run with a ground ball. And Santana, and then Dozier, who needs to get a triple in the 9th inning to complete the cycle. Strike 2. One or two.
Carrasco in his 5th season with the Indians. Out of Venezuela, 27 years old.
And now 2-2. driven foul off the end of the bat. Still 2-2. They are scoreless at Yankee Stadium in the bottom of the 12th. The Texas Rangers and New York Yankees have not scored a run. Oh, very close. DJ Rayburn may have owed Sam Fuld 1 or 2 along the way tonight. That ball looked awfully close to being a called third strike. Santana on deck. Santana with a nice pickup. He'll go to the bag. Fuld retired, 1 away. CenturyLink linked to what's next. Tomorrow, Trevor Bauer against Kyle Gibson. And again, that game is not on television. It is on Squeeze Play. It's 7 o'clock on Fox Sports North. One of just 3 games not on television during the regular season this year.
Gibson coming off that poor outing against the Rays, but we've seen he has a poor one, then a good one. So hopefully it'll be a good one tomorrow.
Outside ball 1. Gibson beat the Cleveland Indians in Cleveland the first weekend of the year. Santana with an infield hit in 4 tries. 2-0. Twins had a couple games ago with Santana where he struck out 4 times and they took him out of the lineup. They just want him to concentrate on putting the ball in play, preferably on the ground. 3-0. Dozier on deck.
Santana will take a pitch here.
And he takes a strike. And Santana will take a 1-out walk. Ryan Dozier with a double in the first, a single in the third, and a home run on the 7th.
There's a home run right there. That coming in the 7th inning, his 19th of the year. That made it a 4-2 ball game at the time. But the Indians scored 4 in the top of the 9th. Lead 8-2.
Inside ball 1. We've given you the info number of times this year as Twins hitters have threatened to hit for the cycle. There have been 10 of them in Twins history, most recently Michael Kadire in 2009. There's a strike. Two and 1. Of the 10 cycles in Twins history, 3 were done in 4 at-bats. Lyman Bostock, Mike Cubbage, and Gary Ward did it in just 4 at-bats. 2-1 to Dozier.
Run.
Out at second. Safe at first. Dozier beats out a double play grounder. Nice start on the play by Lonnie Chisenhall. 2 down.
And no matter what the scoreboard says, you're down by 6 runs, you still hustle out of that box, and that's exactly why Dozier got that hustle award. Chisenhall gets the out at second. The relay throw from Kipnis. Dozier safe.
And now Trevor Plouffe had a tough day at the plate. Struck out 3 times, and in those 3 strikeouts took just 10 pitches. And then he did hit the ball once and hit it very hard, and Chris Dickerson made a nice retreating catch in left field to take a hit away. One strike. Tampa to short. And this series is tied at a game apiece. Plouffe bounces out, finishing an 0 for 5 night. And the Indians back in the win column with an 8-2 win tonight.
And Danny Salazar, in now 11 starts at the major league level, wins his first road game. Tough outing for Matt Guerrero, but welcome to the game of baseball.
Well, Tom Hanneman and the Twins have played 5 games since the All-Star break, and in all 5, the team that scored first won the ball game.
It's a trend that, as you indicate, continue tonight for a Twins team that has dropped 9 of their last 12 here at home. Coming up next on Twins Live, we'll talk about Carlos Santana's night at the plate. Brian Dozier broke out. We'll hear from Ron Gardenhire, and we'll preview the series finale tomorrow.